Lesson 2.4, we're going to be dealing with matrices. Now, matrices is just the plural form of matrix, okay? What we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding different quantities of numbers together. It would be something like if you ever had a matrix, it would be used to have a bunch of like data or something like that. So you would say this group of data is together and this group of data is together. Can we add them together? Okay? So what you're going to see when you have a matrix is you're going to see brackets. So for instance, you may have something like this, 5, 7, 10, and 12, added with another set of brackets, which is like -7, 4, 3, and 2. Okay? So we're going to figure out, can we add these matrices together? Or can we add the first matrix to the second matrix? You're usually never going to put data into a matrix. We're just not going to do that. What this is going to help you do is it's going to help you practice adding and subtracting your positive and negative numbers. What we learned on Friday when we did 2.2 and 2.3, okay? So the first thing you've got to know about matrices is you can only add or subtract them if they have the same amount of rows and the same amount of columns, okay? If they don't have the same amount of rows and columns, you can't add them together because the numbers won't match up for you to add, okay? So, for instance, in this first set right here above this statement, okay, rows go horizontal. So I look at my first matrix, and it's got 1, 2, 3 rows. I'm going to check that out with my second matrix, see if it even has the same amount of rows. 1, 2, 3. So far, so good. Then I'm going to check the columns. I've got 2 columns here and 2 columns here. So as long as it has the same amount, we can add these together. But look at the one below it. Okay? How many rows do I have in this first matrix? 2. How many rows do I have in the second matrix? 3. I cannot add those together because the numbers won't match up for me to add. Okay? So there would be nothing to do on this one. It would just be you can't do it. So you would skip it or whatever. I'm not going to give you one like that. But if you were to come across one, you just can't do it, okay? So what you want to do when you're dealing with a matrix, okay, is we are going to add or subtract the numbers that are in the exact same position in each matrix. For instance, in this one right up top, since we figured out that we can add or subtract them because they have the same amount of rows and columns, okay, I'm going to look at the sign that is separating the two matrices. And that tells me whether or not I'm going to add or subtract them, okay? This one I'm going to add. So I take the numbers in the specific positions that match up, and I'm going to add them together. So for instance, I'm going to make a new matrix that actually shows the numbers being added together. So I would add 5. And then what's the first number in the second matrix? -9. So I'm going to add those together. So I'm going to write 5 plus, because I know I'm adding, -9. Do the same thing. 7 plus 12. Then I'm going to go down to the second row, 8 plus 4. Does everybody see where I'm getting the numbers from? Okay, we're just looking at each matrix and finding the matching position. Then 10 plus 3. Then 12 plus 2, and 1 plus 6. This matrix right here that shows the work that you are about to be done, I definitely want you to write it. Because when we get into subtracting and things like that, your signs can get mixed up. And remember, you're not going to be allowed to use a calculator, so it's going to be able to help you if you can actually see. Do they have the same signs or do they have different signs without just kind of looking at the matrices and trying to figure it out? So we say 5 plus -9. Same signs or different signs? Different. Very good. 5 is positive, 9 is negative. So I subtract. 9 minus 5 is 4. Take the sign of the larger number, which is negative. So I have -4. Okay. Then 7 plus 12. Same sign, so I do 19. 8 plus 4, same sign, so I have 12. 10 plus 3, same sign, so I have 13. 12 plus 2, same sign, so I have 14. 1 plus 6, same sign, so I have 7. And this would be your answer right here. This matrix right here. So we've added them together, so now I get my answer matrix. Okay? Okay, so the first example. First of all, let's check out. Can we add these together? So let's check out our rows. How many rows do I have in the first matrix? 2. 1, 2. How many rows do I have in the second matrix? 2. 1, 2. So far, so good. Now let's check our columns. How many columns do I have in the first matrix? 3. 1, 2, 3. Same thing. 1, 2, 3. So I'm good to go. I know I can add those together. So I'm just going to start adding together the numbers that are in the same position. Now, how do I know I'm adding these and not subtracting? Because of the sign that's in the middle, this plus sign right here. So I'm going to make a new matrix which shows me what I'm adding together. So I have 3 plus what? Negative 3. Very good. Then I have negative 1 plus what? 1. Very good. 0 plus 6. Then I have 2 plus 2. 1 plus 0. And negative 5 plus negative 8. Very good. I do want you to write this step down. Now all we're going to do is solve. All right, Naeem, what is 3 plus negative 3? 0. Very good. I have different signs, so I subtract. 3 minus 3 is 0. And obviously 0 doesn't have a sign, so I just leave it like that. Josh Center, what is the answer to negative 1 plus 1? 0. Very good. Jared Pennybaker, what is the answer to 0 plus 6? 6. Very good. What's the answer to 2 plus 2, Josiah? 4. What's the answer to 1 plus 0, Talisha? 1. What's the answer to negative 5 plus negative 8, Jordan? Close. Kim? If it's not negative 12, it's what, Michael? Negative 13. Very good. Yes, okay? Now remember this. All right, next example. Look what they want us to do now. What's different about these matrices than the ones that we've been doing? Josiah? Right. It's subtraction. Look at this sign in between them. It's pretty small. Oops. Pretty small, but it is subtraction, okay? So I need to make a matrix that's going to have all of my values in it. First of all, can I even add or subtract these matrices? Do they have the same amount in each matrix? Yep. 3 rows, 2 columns, so I'm good to go. So I write 4, and this time I write minus 0 because it's subtraction. Then 0 minus 2. Then I've got 3. Now look what I've got here. Minus what? Negative 1. What am I going to have to do to that double negative? Make it a positive. So I'm going to go ahead and change it so I don't even have to worry about it when I go to add. Then I've got 4 minus 1. Here we go. Negative 3 minus 3. And negative 2 minus negative 1. What do you see again that I have? Double negative, so I need to change it to a positive. If you just go ahead and take care of those as soon as you see them, then you don't have to worry about forgetting about them. Okay, so let's just add together to get our final answer, or subtract. 4 minus 0 is 4. 0 minus 2, what's that going to be? Negative 2, very good. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. Negative 3 minus 3. Do I have the same signs or different signs in this one? Same sign, so I just add the numbers together. 3 plus 3 is 6. Keep their sign. And negative 2 plus 1 is what, Alex? Negative 1. Very good. So here is my answer. Okay. All right, that is the end of 2.4.